Okay, my friends, it's Sid, and I am going to share with you something about marketing your window cleaning business. And this is one of possibly the most effective, most efficient things that you can do. And I'm just going to talk to you about relational capital. Relational capital. What is that? Relational capital is actually quite simple. It's just in the nitty grittiest way of saying it. It's who you know. But more than that, man, am I a sloppy writer? Isn't that cool? Okay, more than that, it's not just who you know, it's the people that you know, and it's who they know. Okay? Who they know, not just who you know. Because here, I'm going to draw a really poorly drawn little drawing for you. Just a little sketch. Here's you. And let's say you know three people, but each of those three people know five people because you don't know very many people. I'm kidding. Um, you do that times five. Times five. Now you have access to 15 people plus your three, so that's 18. But that's only by knowing three people. All right. Now, here's how this becomes valuable. I'm going to tell you a little story. Okay. It goes like this. I happen to be on the board with a children's theater in Missoula, Montana, and a great organization, and we had a question. We had a question about some complex tax issue. It was nothing too weird, but it was just really difficult to deal with. So we were trying to figure out how to handle this tax issue that dealt with having employees that travel to all 50 states, and there's a different withholding tax code for every single state that we go to. All right. So we had different choices. One was have our bookkeeper, accountant, controller contact the right person in every state, all 50, or we could figure out how to step to the front of the line. So here's the thing. There's a guy that is the head of the Montana Department of Revenue, and excuse me, he knows most of these people, right? But I don't know him personally. I know who he is, so we'll call him Mike. I don't know Mike personally, but guess what? My kid goes to a school who has a woman who's the administrator, and she is best friends with the wife of Mike. Now, this is the head of the Department of Revenue, so it's not like the kind of person you just call up and say, "Hey, Mike, can we have a meeting? Can you come over?" Um, but simply because I knew this person, she knew that person, and I was willing to ask. Here's what happened. I called her, and she said, "Oh, give me a few minutes. Let me check on that. See if I can get you in touch with Mike." And 30 minutes later, I mean, she sent a text message, lightly explaining the situation. 30 minutes later, good old Mike calls me, the director of the Department of Revenue. It's like the head of the IRS, it's but for the state, right? But he calls me and asks me a few questions, and I ask him, would it be available for us to meet in the next week? And not just me, but also some of the board of directors for the theater. And he says, why don't we meet? This was on a Friday, by the way, at 3 p.m. And I'm trying to get in touch with this guy. What government official is in office at 3 p.m. on Friday? But he tells me, no problem. And he makes arrangements to come all the way to us on a Sunday because he's a really cool guy and incredibly helpful and meet with us. Now, there's no way I could have orchestrated that on my own. I didn't know this guy, but I knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody who knew the guy, and they had influence. Now, here's the deal. For you, for each of us, right now, within your marketplace, wherever you are, you know somebody. Well, this is going to be you, Y-O-U. You know somebody, we'll call this somebody, that knows somebody who can connect you with the guy that's in charge of the biggest account in your area or in your state or a government department or a homeowners association with 325 units under their control, and they can get you in the front door so that you can talk to the right person and talk to them right away and also have a referral. So here's what relational capital is. Is relational capital is working your network. Because even if you are super duper amazing, and I'm sure you are, your network. Even if you're amazing, you don't know everybody. But here's the thing, you got to be willing to start connecting with people and helping those people in any way you can, so that when you need something, then it's okay for you to ask. Okay? That's all for right now for relational capital. I'm going to do another short video on it in the near future. All right? I'm Sid Graff with Squeegeology. Remember, if you like these videos, go ahead and like them, share them, whatever, but help get the word out, okay? We'll talk to you soon. Oh, if you want to move to the front of the line and get at the front of, get insider access, then go to Squeegeology on Facebook and make sure and like our page and follow us. All right? I'll talk to you soon.